Hey everybody. Well, today I'm going to talk about what I get asked a lot about, and that's motivation. I get asked a lot about what motivates me, what keeps me going, what motivated me in the beginning, in the middle, now. Um, Death. That was my main motivation when I started. A lot of people know my story, or it's in my About Me. I actually just pointed down like you guys can look down at my About Me, whatever. Um, Death after my buddy went down from a brain aneurysm. I didn't want to die. Um, I was 475 pounds. He was 450 pounds. He went down in this small guest bathroom that I could not save him. Thankfully, with paramedics, he was saved. Went to a hospital, got airlifted, uh, went into emergency surgery. Obviously, they cut him from here to freaking here. Did all this stuff and put a coil, two coils in there, and he's alive today. But it was one of those things that scared the hell out of me. I did not want that to happen to me. And brain aneurysms have nothing to do with obesity. It's hereditary, and you learn all kinds of crazy stuff from the doctors about brain aneurysms, and it's actually more common in women than it is men. So with that being said, my motivation to start will be a lot different than a lot of people's motivation to start. For men, in general, it's getting late. I'll be honest. A lot of guys wish they could get a girl that they see at a gym or somewhere, and at the gym or somewhere, that girl's usually with a hot guy. And a lot of guys are going to think, why can't that be me? So they use that as their motivation. And it's not that particular girl, it's just a girl. And the same thing for women. Women, when you guys lose weight, the class of ass changes. And it does for men too. And I have all these little funny sayings, but the class of ass does change because when you're 450 pounds, the class of ass is pretty thin. You get down to 200 pounds, well, class of ass is a lot bigger. Motivation can come in the form of your kids. You're tired of being a fat parent. You're tired of being the fattest parent at a PTA meeting or in a school, or your kid gets teased with because he's got a fat parent or fat parents. Usually a fat kid has a fat parent. I was a fat kid. I had a fat parent. And I used to fight all the time because they'd make fun of my mom. You can make fun of me. Make fun of my mom, you're going to get your ass kicked. That motivation for anybody, especially for your children, should be enough as a parent. I'm not a parent, so my motivation is obviously different. The hardest part about doing this is doing it every day, is finding the fuel to keep that fire burning. Because listen, all of us have went out and bought videos and said, I'm going to do it and I'm going to do it. And we do it for a day. We do it for 2 days. We do it for a week. We quit because we didn't have motivation. We thought that, hey, maybe this person will see that I'm changing and like me or want to help me. If you're doing this for someone else and not for yourself, you're going to fail. And you're going to fail miserably. And you're going to start all over again. If you're doing this because you want your husband to like you more or your wife to like you more, it's the wrong reason. You have to do this for yourself first. Nobody's going to do it for you. So I've seen these TV shows, The Swan and all these different things where people hold grudges for 20 years and want to find that person that thought they were ugly or fat, and 20 years later they show them that they're not ugly anymore or not fat. 20 years you lived your life in anger for someone else to prove to them, that's a shitty way to live. You need to find your motivation to do this for yourself, nobody else. When you find it, you feel it. Every day I got up and I walked because I didn't want to die. And as that changed and I lost weight, I was then pissed off because guess what? I had to go to a big and tall store. I didn't want to go to a big and tall store anymore. I wanted to be able to go to Target, to Walmart, to Macy's, J.C. Penney's. They didn't have 5Xs. They didn't even have 4Xs. And their 3Xs really fit like a 1XL. So my second motivation was clothing. I wanted to get smaller for clothes because let's face it, big clothes are a lot more expensive. My third motivation was I wanted to walk 5 miles. When I first started, I'd walk a block, if a block. When I walked in the beginning, there was a trail behind my house, and it was a half a mile, kind of a little uphill to a stop sign, and it was exactly a half mile back, so it was 1 mile. When I first started making that half mile, I felt entitled that because I made the half mile, I should get it picked up in a car ride home. I wanted to call friends because, hey, guess what? I made this mile like I was doing it for them. A car ride never came. I'd have to walk my big ass back home. But you feel entitled to being healthy for yourself. No one's going to reward you. You need to do this for yourself so you can reward yourself. And that reward comes in form of a new pair of pants or a new shirt or a new dress. You know, you have to prioritize what you're about to do. You know, people say plan and organize in life. You want to lose weight, you're going to plan a lot of things. You're going to get up every morning and you're going to go for a walk, and then you have to make your meals, or you have to bring your meals that you prepped the night before. And it's going to be 1,000 times harder than your skinny coworker, because your skinny coworker can go to Taco Bell and then go to McDonald's and they're going to eat in front of you. And here you are trying to bring out, you know, your meats and your veggies and your fruits in these smaller portions, and guess what? You're going to forget why you're doing it. And the next time Bobby or Sally goes to Taco Bell, you're going to say, hey, grab me this. And it's done. So that motivation needs to go everywhere with you. And I don't care what it is. You write it down. You put it on your bathroom mirror. You put it on your refrigerator. You put it in your car. And it might sound kind of funky or funny or silly to do. Guess what? It's not when it comes to life. You want to stay fat? You're going to die. And if you don't die soon, we all are going to die, but you're going to live in misery. How long have you been miserable? I spent a third of my life in misery, pissed off at the world, angry at myself, hating myself, and any big person that tries to say, I love myself, I call bullshit. I'll call you out any second of the time, because you can say, I don't care what people think and this and that. Yeah, you do. There's always someone's opinion that does matter. And the sad part is it's our own opinion that should matter most, but usually it's our opinion that matters least. So I want everybody to write down their motivation that's doing this with us. This is a community that I want to build for everybody to be a part of. All the biggies and all the obies. Obies are the obese, biggies are the bigs. I got names for everything. I'm never going to be a skinny. I started as an obie. I'm now a biggie. I'm never going to be a skinny. But the end result is we all want to be healthy. So write it down. Put it in the comments. I'm learning this YouTube thing, guys. Gals. I'm learning this Facebook thing. Instagram's easy. Picture, comment, cool. That's how I started, and that's how I started to build this. I'm learning how to reply to comments and all these things. So bear with me a little bit. Feedback is extremely important. There's going to be some negative feedback. I don't really give a shit because I found the block button. I was like the first one. But I want to know everybody's motivation. I want to hear what it is, because I guarantee as it's going to be applied differently to us, it's not going to be that far off from the next person. And what that means is when you feel like you're alone, you're really not, because somebody else feels that way. So let's give it a shot. You guys can also email me at biggie@eataskinny.com, BIGGIE @eatskinny, SKINNY.com, and I would just kind of love to hear from everybody and see how this is all going.